What a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the kids are playing. But something is missing. What do you think, sweetie?
What about a beer?
Yeah, good idea.
Cheers!
Cheers. If you want to build a bench like this, then watch the whole video. I'll show you how I did it. Have fun. If you haven't done so yet, then please subscribe to my channel and press the notification button, and you'll never miss a video again.
A very important topic is the choice of wood. I need wood for the outside, which is weather resistant and doesn't need any treatment. First, I wanted to use Siberian larch, which is very weather resistant and good for the outside, but I was worried about the resin. And the wood dealer confirmed that resin comes out of the wood, especially when it gets hot. So I don't need a sticky seat in the summer. The next best priced wood was Garapa or Jarapa, or however you pronounce it. That's a South American hardwood, and it's definitely also weather resistant. And as for slates, I use this Douglasy fir wood. Something you should know, Garapa gets a darker brownish color after time. It even turns into a slight gray after even longer time. That also happens with larch, by the way. For me, that is a wanted effect. I want to have it that way. If you do not want it that way, you have to oil the surface.
First, I will cut everything according to my plan. I try to calculate the cuts so that I have as little waste as possible, dependent on the total length of the boards or the beams. I'm writing the cutting length onto the boards and the beams. Now I will start the base frames of the seats. I'm putting another beam next to it, so that I can roughly judge where I have to drill the holes. Pre-drilling is important. This prevents the wood to crack when inserting screws.
Okay, this will be the front side of the bench, and this is going to be the back side. And the back side is gonna I will put the legs already on the back side. What I wanted to say is that I will screw from the outside the legs, just like I just did, but the cross brace will come in here, and with that I will use pocket holes. I'm going to use pocket holes definitely because of the screw length I would have needed going through both of these woods. So that's why I'm going to take pocket holes in this case. You can, by the way, use pocket holes for all of these screws if you want to. I think this is the faster way though.
I'm marking myself the spot where I want the legs to be. That is 42.5 centimeters from the ground to the top edge of the seating surface.
Okay, I'm using my workbench as support to get a right angle. I also am using these angles as well. I'm checking it everywhere where I can and need it. That'll help you later when you build everything together. And also, don't forget to check if the length is correct. If not, you just have to readjust. And then you can screw it together. Okay, these are the frames for the seats on the outer side. Now it's time to make the frame for the table. Don't be worried that we don't have any feet up front. The table frame and the arm frame will support that. Okay, I have here 4 62 centimeters, 2 53 centimeters, and 2 46.8 centimeter long slates. These will be the table legs. And these will be the ones in between. No, I want the table to be 60 centimeters wide. You look from the front side, and I wanted to have 62 centimeters depth. And I have these crooked numbers, 53 and 46.8, because the covering logs have a thickness of 2.5 centimeters. Or was it 2 centimeters? 2 centimeters.
I partially use pocket holes to connect the legs.
Okay, for the seat area, I put it still up to 44 centimeters, but back here I went a little bit lower, like 1.5 centimeters around, just so you sit a little bit more comfortable. Up here we are 44 centimeters, and back here we're something like 42.5 centimeters, and so you have a slightly angled downwards, which has a more comfortable seating. Now I'll screw the sitting places onto the table. Okay, for the backrest, we have this piece that goes in between. And it's important to know, you put this in between this side. Not this side, this side. I made a line 15 centimeters from the back. So 15 centimeters up to here. Then you put this in between, like this, and the board ends with the line. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, it ends right here. These are 15 centimeters.
When I drill the holes, I try to be a little bit on a different height. Not all on one line, but a different height. This will help the board stay stable.
Okay, now for the actual support for the backrest, I want to screw it up on here and down here from underneath. But here I want to cut this angle. And how to do that, you just have to measure from this corner down to the support board, and that is just 1.1 centimeters. Okay, and all you have to do is now measure from here 1.1 centimeter. And you just have to connect that line with the outer edge.
My chop saw has a laser, which helps adjusting. Don't worry that there is no outer leg yet. The armrest will act as the leg and ensure stability.
Okay, for the armrest, I want to have a cup holder. Before I screw everything together, I have to drill the hole first. The beer bottle with the widest diameter that I have at home has something around 7 centimeters. And I have this great circular drill. I don't know if you know it, but this is great. This is gonna do the job really good. And all you have to do is put it to the measurements. I don't know if you can see it here, and I'm showing the wrong side, by the way. So I can then put it to the 7. After 6 comes 7, the same over here. And then put this into my drill, and it will drill me the hole. That's pretty cool. I never did it with hardwood yet, so I hope it will work. La 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 la, gluk 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 gluk.
I will drill the hole 12 centimeters from the front edge.
Okay, this worked perfect. I have a hole just the way I wanted it, and the drill did the work as I know it. Perfect. One thing you should know, you should go really slow with the drill so it doesn't get stuck and finds its time to go through this hard wood. I wasn't really sure about the scale on the drill, and I gave it a little bit more tolerance, so I put it to 7.5 centimeters. And guess what? This is exactly 7.5 centimeters. It's not bad or anything, as long as the bottle fits. Now I have to chamfer the corners where needed. I'm going to do that with my router. I'm going to drill 2 holes now in this board to screw the cross braces together. For the whole project, I'm using stainless steel screws. That's important because you want to avoid corrosion. This screw is 4 millimeters thick. So I'm going to take a driller that is 4.5 millimeters. Why? Because the wood works, it extends itself during the time. And you want to give it a little bit of room to do so. That's why I'm going to take a little bit thicker driller. Okay, this is the upper side of the armrest. Your arm comes here and you hold your drink here in this hand. Anyways, I'm going to use this board here, 4 in total, and I'm going to screw it onto the armrest like this, and one on the back side.
As you can see, I'm not putting any effort in hiding the screws, because I want to keep this project as simple as possible. But you can surely build the bench so that nobody can see a single screw. For example, with angles or pocket holes or drive-in nuts or whatever. Go ahead and try it out if you want to.
Okay, now you have to pay attention that you take the distance from here to here when you screw the slab on, that it has the same distance as from down here to here, okay? So in this case we have 37 centimeters, and so this is 37 centimeters to here, and back here we have a little slope going down, So I have only 35.5 centimeters back there, and this means this has to be 35.5 as well. So that's something you should watch out for. And then all we do now is screw this onto here. Yeah. Okay, now we need something to hold the bottle. So the bottle will come in from the top through the hole, and we need a construction so the bottle doesn't fall through. I got here some rest pieces from sawing. I would suggest you do that too. And I'm going to use these angles here. They're going to be mounted here and mounted down here, and that will be then mounted to the armrest. I would suggest, and it's easier for you, if you first measure everything out and build it outside and then mount it to the armrest. That'll make everything a lot easier.
I use short screws for this. Now I will start with covering the bench. First, I will just put the pieces of the table roughly together.
Okay, now I want to set up the table boards, and I need something to keep the same distance between the boards. And they're not supposed to be board on board. They need a little bit of room because wood moves, wood extends and all that. And for that I'm using coins. These are €2 coins. Just putting them right in between. And that's how we're going to keep the same distance all the time.
For the end of the table, I have to saw a board together to get an even ending. To do that, I'm using my self-built table saw. The link how I built the table saw will appear in the upper right corner, just in case you want to build one yourself.
Burnt marks that you get from sawing the wood sometimes can be removed by sanding it. I'm using an extender to sand it away with 80 sandpaper. Okay, so that the tabletop can open and close, I bought this hinges, or whatever you call, however you call it, and it just opens like this and closes like this. Quite simple. Anyways, it has it is a little bit less than 14 millimeters wide, and I have to now drill a hole in here, and I have a 14 millimeter drill, and I'm hoping that this is not too thick and it doesn't break out or anything. Cross my fingers. And I'm using this driller here, this table driller, and it won't be a problem for this piece, but this piece is quite high, and this is the other piece where it's going to be mounted against. And I don't know if I can get underneath the drill here. We'll see how I'm going to solve that problem.
As mentioned earlier, you can clamp the hinges further into the wood with this screw. I'm laying the counterpart on the opposite side, and I'm drawing where the hinges shall go into later. I'm checking if it fits together, but I'm not sticking the two pieces in each other yet. I just don't want this to get in the way when screwing everything together. Well, the video is longer than I expected. That's why I have to make 2 videos out of it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.